everyone, my name is Sweety, and in this video I'll be talking a little bit about Creativity Carnival, the do's and don'ts for Creativity Carnival 2019. So let me tell you a little bit about Creativity Carnival 2018 and the lessons I learned from that. So Creativity Carnival is a craft fest organized by Itsy Bitsy, one of my personally favorite brands, and I have so many products that I've bought over the years from Itsy Bitsy. And when they came up with the idea of holding a craft fair for all the Indian crafters out there, I was extremely excited and I decided to be a participant despite the fact that I had no experience prior to this holding a stall or showcasing my products on such a scale. I am a hobbyist. I love crafting, and that's it. I'm not someone who sells her work through even online shops, but I decided to have a go at it and have fun while doing that. I think before I went there, as soon as I registered, I decided to click on YouTube, open a lot of blog posts about craft fairs and what are the do's and don'ts for craft fairs. In the process, I realized that all these videos were meant for European crafters or US crafters. They did not really cater to the Indian crafters like me. And we don't really know the Indian audience. What kind of craft products are they looking for? What sells more than others? And also what kind of the pricing strategy that they have, for example, might not work in India. So I decided to make a video of my own to help you guys out in deciding a lot of things. So I have 10 points for you today. Let me start with point number 1. The first idea that I have for you is presentation. Presentation is extremely important and I cannot stress this enough. I'll give you an example about the resin paintings that I had. So I had, I think, 13 resin paintings. All of them were really scattered throughout my store, throughout my stall, and they didn't look visually pleasing. Everyone who came into my stall saw the cards that were hung on little wires, but the resin paintings were just there, like one or two of them would be visible, but they were not visually pleasing. They were not eye-catchy enough, and I really wanted to sell them. The second day I changed the arrangement a lot, and I think it got so much more audience than it did on the first day. So visual appearance of your stall is extremely important. Also, another point that I would like to add here is, what kind of a stall do you have? Do you have an indoor stall or do you have an outdoor stall? You have to make up your mind about how you want to decorate it. You can't just, I think I got in there at 9:30 while the Creativity Fest starts at 10, and in half an hour I thought I'll just do everything, I'll arrange everything, but that was really not possible, and it took me 1.5 hours, I think, to get everything set up properly. So basically, getting your products organized in a pleasing manner is extremely important. And a lot of people wanted a table in the front and they had this storefront idea, but I wanted it to be more like a mall-like appearance or a mall-like feel, an open store sort of feel where you could just walk in all around the store, see whatever you like and buy, purchase. I'm not saying that either idea is better than the other. You have to decide what kind of a stall are you looking at. So that's about it regarding presentation. Let's move on to point number 2. The second thing is about stock or inventory. So I think I had called Anita Malesh ma'am a lot of times about what kind of stock should I carry, what is the footfall going to be like, and I knew that the footfall was going to be huge. It was more than what was expected, honestly, and so you need to carry as much stock as you want. I think I fit everything that I wanted to carry in 3 suitcases, and I carried them from Delhi to Bangalore. But there were people who carried their products in a truck, and I saw those trucks getting in and the products getting unloaded from the truck. It was amazing to watch, honestly, to see that there were serious crafters out there in this craft show. It's all about what are you trying to sell, what is your plus point, what are you good at. So I think we don't need to be scared of other people selling the same products as we are, so long as we are confident about our own ideas. And it's about having fun rather than about what is going to sell and what is not going to sell, especially for a hobbyist like me. Get your stash, build up your stash as much as you can, and take it there. Another point that I would like to add here is to make a register of what are you carrying there. For me, it was like so many products, and I remember the ones that got sold out completely. I remember the bookmarks and the diaries or planners that I had, and I had none left. But I don't really remember. For example, I make a lot of cards, and I do not have any idea about what kind of cards sold most. Was it encouragement cards or thank you cards or birthday cards or Christmas cards? This time I'm going to make a better inventory, and I'm going to list everything out so that I'm well prepared for next year. So let's move on to point number 3, which is about pricing. Pricing is very difficult for handmade products. I don't think you can actually put a price tag on products like these. For example, let's say I put in 10 minutes to make this bookmark. The glossy accent took like around half an hour to dry, and then I have this card. So this card took me like 2 hours to make for the second time. The first time I made this card, I think it took me quite a couple of hours to decide what kind of design am I looking at, and this is like one of my innovative designs. I have not copied it from anywhere, and I think I sold it at 50 rupees each, and this one I would want to sell it at 200 or something like that, but there is no particular way of deciding what kind of pricing should I put up for these products. So really you need to decide what kind of margin are you looking at, and whether you're there to make money or have fun. There were people who had paintings worth 10,000, 8,000 per painting. So they had to sell like 2 paintings to make booth money. And for me, it's like if I'm selling 100 every card for 100 rupees, I have to sell another 100 cards just to make half of the booth money. So I think it's important that you know your stash. You know what kind of audience are you looking at. About pricing, I would also mention that in Bangalore, I really like the fact that people don't bargain so much. I think had a craft fair been held in Delhi, people would have bargained at starting with the half price. So I'm glad. I like you Bangaloreans. You don't bargain. The fourth point that I want to focus on is, should I put a price tag? Last time I did not put a price tag on anything, and I can tell you that half the time is spent in telling people how much each card costs or how much each product costs. It would be better if you have a price tag for everything behind right there somewhere. So I think I bought some price tags last year itself from Chandni Chowk. It's a local market in Delhi. So it's extremely cheap. You get around 500 or so at 100 rupees. So go for it, buy price tags. A lot of videos that other crafters have made about craft fairs talk about carrying a card machine. I think if you are going to sell your products which are expensive, say 5,000, 8,000, 10,000 rupees each, then you probably need a card machine. But if you are a crafter like me and you do not have that kind of expensive material in your shop, you don't need a card machine. Besides, you do have new apps like Google Pay and Taze, and you can just use those apps to get paid. The sixth point is about professionalism. So I think visiting cards are a must. Last year I had visiting card, around 100 of them made. All of them were gone out of my shop the first day itself, and I would say that this time I'll have to get more made. So visiting cards, kind of, you might not get a call back from any of them, but it does make you look professional, and there might be people who are seriously looking for classes from you, or they're looking at learning from whatever you are making. they might want to inquire about the products in future. So yes, you do definitely want to have visiting cards. From visiting cards, let's move on to our seventh point, which is banner. So I think a banner makes your stall look more professional and decent. I won't say that you need to get a banner made by a professional, but you can handmade it. It's a handmade carnival, and there were a lot of shop owners who had made their own banners by just simply handwriting it on a piece of clothing, or they had made a Diwali sort of banner and like put their shop's name on it. It was fun to see their creativity. Eighth point is extremely important. It's don't go alone. So the person who was next to my shop, she had come alone for holding this stall, and I can tell you that it was it is, you have to take a few breaks in between. You have to use the loo, you have to go eat something. So you need a partner, you need some friend you can trust, who will help you out with arrangements, who will help you out with selling, and for that, and also somebody to talk to throughout the day. I think you'll have enough people to talk to but you do need a friend there to help you out with arrangements and to help you out with dealing with customers. The ninth point is something very personal to me. It's about shoes. So I wore heels on the first day last year of Creativity Carnival, and I can tell you my feet were like cut me off, but don't wear these heels, please. So I think this year I'll be wearing shoes. Wear comfortable shoes. You have to stand throughout the day, and if you're going to be wearing sandals or heels, make sure they're comfortable enough for you to stand throughout the day. And finally, we are at the 10th point. 10th point is to have fun. Creativity Carnival is a carnival. It's a fun event. So go out there, enjoy yourself. I want to have fun and see what other people are selling, and be excited about seeing their handmade products while showing them mine. And I think this is about the craft community that we have in India. So that's all. I hope you have enjoyed this video and you learned something new from it, and it will help you out in Creativity Carnival 2019. And if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.